Here are most interesting facts about the world's biggest ship, Titanic. Number 1. The Titanic is the only ocean liner to ever be sunk by an iceberg. Number 2. After hitting the iceberg, it took the Titanic 2 hours and 40 minutes to sink. Number 3. The Titanic could have been saved if it wasn't for a 30-second delay in giving the order to change course after spotting the iceberg. Number 4. Most lifeboats launched off the Titanic were not filled to capacity. Number 5. The Titanic's chief baker fortified himself with alcohol and thus survived the freezing water for 2 hours until he was rescued. Number 6. The budget for the movie Titanic was higher than the Titanic itself. Number 7. The musicians of the Titanic kept playing music for hours as the ship sank. Number 8. Only 333 bodies of the Titanic's victims were recovered, 1 in 5 of the over 1,500 victims. Number 9. 4 forward compartments could flood without risk of the Titanic sinking. 6 did. Number 10. The Titanic's fourth funnel was fake. It was added to make the ship look more powerful and symmetrical. Number 11. The Japanese who survived the Titanic crash was called a coward in his country for not dying with the other passengers. Number 12. The most expensive first-class suites in the Titanic were to have cost up to £870, £75,156 today. Number 13. Nearly a dozen couples were celebrating their honeymoon on the Titanic. Number 14. 53% of the people on the Titanic could have survived using the lifeboats. Only 31% did. Number 15. Not a single engineer, out of the 30, made it off the Titanic. They stayed and kept the power on so others could escape. Number 16. The iceberg that sank the Titanic began its journey somewhere around 1000 BCE. Number 17. Ships today are more likely to encounter an iceberg than the Titanic was. Number 18. Kate Winslet, who played in the movie Titanic, hated the song My Heart Will Go On, and said it makes her feel like throwing up. Number 19. It took 73 years to find the wreck of the Titanic. Number 20. 3 dogs survived the Titanic sinking out of 12 canines on board. Number 21. Kim Il-sung, founder of North Korea, was born on the day the Titanic sank. Number 22. 29 days after the Titanic sank, a movie about it was released. It featured an actress who was actually on the Titanic and survived. Number 23. After the Titanic sank, the families of the band members were billed by White Star Line for the cost of the uniforms worn as the band members died. Number 24. A man who survived the sinking of a ship in 1871 was finally able to overcome his fears and decided to sail again in 1912. He died in the sinking of the Titanic. Number 25. A priest on the Titanic refused to board a lifeboat twice. Instead, he stayed behind to hear confessions and give absolution to the people left on the ship. Number 26. In 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank, author Morgan Robertson wrote a book about an unsinkable ship called the Titan that crashed into an iceberg and sank. Number 27. There's a conspiracy theory saying the Titanic never sunk. Instead, it was her sister ship, the Olympic, and it was an insurance scam. Number 28. A newly discovered species of rust-eating bacteria will have consumed the wreck of the Titanic within 20 years. Number 29. Ben Guggenheim, heir to mining magnate Meyer Guggenheim, dressed in his finest suit, had a glass of brandy and smoked a cigar as the Titanic sank. Number 30. James Cameron sought Hollywood funding for the movie Titanic not because he wanted to make the movie, but because he wanted to dive to the shipwreck. Number 31. The estimated value of the cash, bonds and jewelry carried by the Titanic's passengers was $6 million. Number 32. The movie Titanic won 11 Oscars, but none for acting. Number 33. The RMS Titanic was built in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Number 34. Titanic 2 will be a close replica of the Titanic, and is set to sail in 2018. Number 35. The Titanic crew had no binoculars, which may have helped them see the iceberg. They were inside a locker and the key was lost. Number 36. Chocolate magnate Milton Hershey cancelled his reservations for the Titanic due to last-minute business matters. Number 37. After the Titanic's sinking, almost all of those in the water died of cardiac arrest or other bodily reactions to freezing water, within 15-30 minutes. Number 38. The Titanic's electrical plant was capable of producing more power than an average city power station of the time. Number 39. The Titanic's architect, Thomas Andrews, was among those who died in the sinking. Number 40. A disproportionate number of men were left aboard lifeboats that because of a women and children first protocol followed while loading the Thanks for watching.